Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Now this morning I'm on a little winter walk just after Christmas, and I'm just going to show you the use of, there's some birds down there, red wings. Just going to show you the use of puddles in the winter. You would think water sources would not be a shortcoming of winter, but it seems to be sometimes, because there's a lot of puddles, and I'll just show you what's in front of me now. Got some little puddles in front. It's quite a busy area actually. A lot of cars come through, so the birds get disturbed quite easily, but you can see puddles down there as well where the van's parked up, and there's kind of like a feeding station over there. So basically in today's video I'm just going to show you how just sitting by one of these puddles like I'm doing now against a tree in like an enclosed little area where the birds can't really see me, and as long as you're still, the birds will come down and start to take a drink after feeding on all these berries on these hawthorns. It's kind of an ideal situation with the food source being right next to the water source, which is why I think these puddles in particular are so popular. So yeah, we'll get stuck into the video and see what birds come down for a drink. There's been a few different variety of birds, mainly blackbirds to begin with, but the red wings do come down as well. And yeah, I'm going to turn the camera off now and we'll get stuck into the video, because I've got to be quiet, otherwise I won't come down. Let's get into it. Oh my days. What about that then? So guys, I thought I'd just make this video really just to show you how in the winter you don't really have to go too far, and you don't have to move out of one place to get some good shots. If you've got an area that there's a lot of feeding birds and a water source, you don't really have to move at all. And hopefully today we're going to prove that with what birds are going to come down. I'm literally just going to sit pretty much in one place. Here we go. There's a blackbird just there in front of me, look, coming down for a drink. And as soon as cars and bikers come past, it's all over like that, so you've got to take your chances as and when you can. And there's plenty of blue tits about. You can hear a nuthatch calling in the background, so there's a big variety of birds that could come down today, and hopefully I can show you that variety. So I had a fantastic kind of few minutes there where I had some goldfinches all come down at once. I wanted to get some photos, which I did, but I also wanted to get some video. Now they weren't there long enough because a group of people walked past, which unfortunately keeps happening today. So like there's a lot of, you can see now behind me, car parks filling up a little bit more, people are walking through, and obviously they're fine to walk through. It's just quite annoying as a photographer when you're trying to, you know, sit here quietly, wait for stuff to come down, and sometimes it takes ages for a bird to trust that they can come down. I had a male bullfinch just sitting the other side, and a car went past and he just went off straight away, and that was the one bird that I would have literally had, even if that was the only shot I got all day, I would have taken that and gone home. So it's a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. It's part of wildlife photography, and it happens all the time. See, another car's just gone past there. Car's just drove in front, so you're not going to get away from the disturbances in a place like this where it's just a popular place up Cannock Chase. So it's always a difficulty, to be honest. But the birds are that abundant around here, they will come back, and I'll have another chance hopefully, and hopefully we get some siskins and bullfinch down, which is what I really want to get down while I'm sitting in this location. So I'll shut up again, give it some more time, see what else pops up. But have a look at these goldfinches. There's about 4 or 5 come down at once, all drinking next to each other. Hopefully there's a good shot in there, so take a little look. As the birds are feeding throughout the day, they're going to want to come for a drink. The more feeding they do, the more water that they're going to want. So there's plenty of feeding going on. I have even put a little bit of seed around the areas by the puddles on the grass, just to encourage the birds to come down there, and maybe because they're feeding there, they'll come down, more likely to come down to the puddles that I'm waiting at, because there are multiple puddles down here. Obviously I want them to come to the ones that I'm sitting on. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with that method, and hopefully that works and we get a few opportunities. The light's not amazing today, it's quite grey now. It did start out, oh, what's that? Long-tailed tit? Yeah, it's a little bit dull, so the ISO might be creeping up a little bit, but I'm just happy to get out with the camera, to be honest. It's been quite a while. Hopefully some species today we can kind of expect. Obviously it's going to be blue tits, grey tits, robins, blackbirds, redwings, and then anything else really is going to be, well, to be honest, redwings are on that list as well, where if we get redwings, bullfinches, red poles, siskin, I think they're all bonuses really, especially like a bullfinch, that'd be insane. But we'll see what comes around, maybe chaffinches as well. So yeah, we'll stick around and just got to see what comes down. There's going to be breaks as well, so you're going to find that there's a good spell of birds come down at once and then it's quiet for a bit, but that's okay. We expect that in wildlife photography, and the key is with these images as well is keeping it low. And I find with taking images in puddles, don't get too low though, because you want the camera to be angled enough up to be able to get that reflection a little bit, and if it's too flat you won't get that reflection. It'll be like a flattened reflection, so it depends what you're going for. You can hear the redwings going mental around here. They're just not coming to the ground, so like the blackbirds, they'll just come down. You'll have 5 down at once, but redwings are a little bit finicky. We have had a couple come down already, but it's got to be patient, like I say. So yeah, just remember those tips for the photography, and yeah, we'll be alright. So we've had a fantastic morning. We've actually had quite a lot of species down, some of the ones that I wanted to get down as well. So siskin, red poll, although the red poll haven't come to the pool right in front of me, they've come to one to the side, so it's a little bit annoying not to have got the red poll right in front of me, but they seem to be in with the goldfinches or the siskin, which obviously are finches as well, so that makes sense I suppose. And there's a lot of bird activity still, but the light's just a little bit poor at the moment, so I took an opportunity to speak to the camera obviously. So yeah, we've had goldfinches come down, we've had siskins, red poll, we've had chaffinch has been tricky to get. There was a song thrush down at one point, but I'd kind of moved a little bit that way, so I haven't had any nuthatches down yet, which I wanted nuthatch to come down, but doesn't seem to want to come down. But we've had a few species, quite a lot of species really. So we've had great tits, I think we've had coal tits as well, and blue tits obviously. So, and then the siskin, I had one lovely male siskin come down, and it was really close. It was a closer end of the pool, and it was just sitting in a lovely position. So hopefully that might be the best image of the day. I can hear a bullfinch. Right, I'm going to shut up because I can hear a bullfinch. So I've just popped to the van just to get the tripod and another layer, just because it is freezing when you're sitting down cold, in the cold. It's just absolutely, your legs go numb, the whole body goes numb, I can't even speak properly. It's just like, yeah, so you've got to wrap up, so make sure you take some layers when you're going to sit down like this, and you need to be comfy at the end of the day, and the tripod's going to help me out there, because holding the camera, not when you're waiting for birds to come down, but when you're holding up, when you're trying to video and you're trying to stay as still as possible, it's just so much effort. So if you can just get a tripod set up, it's a little bit, sometimes a bit risky, because I've got different puddles here, so if a bird comes down to a puddle that the tripod's not really aligned to, because I've got this tree in the way that's giving me good cover. I'll show you the tree. So I'm using this tree as a bit of cover here, but if I get a bullfinch land in that puddle, which has already happened, it's a little bit difficult to obviously move the tripod in line with the bird, because if I move the tripod, I've got to move the camera and everything with it, and likely the bird's going to go, so there is a bit of a risk, but at the end of the day it's just sacrifices for comfort. So yeah, we're getting a lot of birds come down bathing and coming for a drink, so it's really good to see. Hopefully you guys have liked the variety of birds that we've got coming down, and it's nice to get different birds in the same puddle bathing together, which is really cool to see. And also, to be honest, there's just something about sitting and watching birds in one place. There's a kind of really calming effect that it seems to have, and it's just great to just watch them so close up and be so comfortable. They do get used to you after a while. They know that you're here, but after the blackbirds come down first, then the robins and the blue tits, some of the other species come down, like goldfinches, siskins, and obviously the red poles, which we've had quite a few of today. And I've even noticed amongst the red poles there was a mealy red pole, i.e. a common red pole, which is actually not as common as a lesser red pole, and it's a lot paler than the others. And initially I didn't spot it until I looked at the photos on the back of the camera. So it's really good to have that species in there as well. It's another species to the list, really, and I can't say that I've photographed one before, so a really good one to get photographed, and I believe they're some of the best shots that I've got. It looks like there's a lesser red pole flying down in front of the puddle while the mealy red pole is taking a drink, so that'll be interesting to see how that photo comes out. But yeah, just some real good species coming down now. So yeah, a few more of the bullfinch would be really nice, but I've got some little bit of videos of the bullfinch. But yeah, I'm just really happy with what's coming down, and I'm just gonna keep waiting and keep lapping it up. Right guys, I've left the ground now because my bum was numb, my legs were numb. I was wondering whether I was going to be able to get up, to be honest. So we've had a good morning of it, loads of different species, some birds that I didn't expect to come down, like the red pole and the siskins. So yeah, really cool. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video and learnt something just about finding that natural kind of reflection pool in a really shallow puddle, and with plenty of little hiding spaces around it where you can keep cover and just keep that camera low and wait for the birds to get the confidence and come in. And that's obviously what we've got over here. So you just got to find a little feeding station and even fit a little pool, get some kind of pond liner and just make a little shallow pool if you want, and make a water source, and the birds will come as we've seen today. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, can't speak now, it's that cold. Please like and subscribe, and also drop a comment on any of your thoughts on the video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.